let's get a feel for some of the more common glassware you'll be using in the laboratory. So first of all, we have here the beakers, and beakers are generally just to contain rather than to measure or deliver the volume of liquid. So you'll see volumetric markings on beakers, but these are approximate at best. So they can give you a feel of where your liquid volume is, but they shouldn't be used for measuring or delivering liquids. We'll use them most often to run reactions and in some cases contain or store solutions. And they come in different sizes. Here we have a 50 milliliter, a 100 milliliter, a 250 milliliter, and a 400 milliliter beaker. And these are really important, and we'll use them almost every day in the laboratory. Now, similar to the beaker in function, but a little different in shape, are the Erlenmeyer flasks. So here we have a 50 milliliter and a 125 milliliter Erlenmeyer flask. And like the beakers, these have volumetric markings, but again, these are ballparks. So you can use them to approximate a volume, but they should not be used to measure or deliver liquids, just to store them. The Erlenmeyers have a thinner opening, which makes them a little bit better in some cases for running reactions, and we'll again use these regularly for things like titrations and running reactions in the laboratory. Now, very similar in appearance to the Erlenmeyer flask, but very different in function, is the filter flask. It again has these approximate volumetric markings, but you'll notice on the filter flask that it has a little spout on the side. And this actually connects to your vacuum spout, which is on your lab bench, and this can be used to filter liquids. So you'll see in the video on funnels that there's a funnel that fits right into the opening of the filter flask, and we can use that to filter mixtures of solids and liquids to separate the solid, which stays in the funnel on top, from the liquid, which ends up in the bottom of the flask. A couple of other pieces of glassware you'll use. A watch glass is generally used to hold solids for observation and that kind of thing. It's also sometimes used to close off an Erlenmeyer flask, so it can sit on top of an Erlenmeyer flask like so. We'll use watch glasses mostly just to hold solids to let them dry and things like that. Now thus far we haven't really seen any glassware that's used for delivering liquids. That's where the graduated cylinder comes in. So you'll have three different sizes of graduated cylinder, a 10 milliliter, a 25 milliliter, and a 100 milliliter. And these pieces of glassware are actually used to measure liquids. So you'll notice relatively fine markings on these that can be read to, in some cases, 1/10 of a milliliter for actually measuring out a prescribed volume of liquid. And we'll use these also almost every day to prepare solutions and other reagents for reactions and that kind of thing.